Okay.
Hello, I am Christine. I am a remaster in real estate. I have a question to you. Làm thế nào để Singapore và Việt Nam có thể tăng cường mối quan hệ hợp tác trong lĩnh vực AI để đổi mới và bền vững? How can Singapore and Vietnam deepen their ties and collaboration in AI innovation and sustainability?
I think, first of all, I think nowadays, as some of the speakers had said earlier, the LLM models, they are all trained in mainly Western languages, and also there's a very heavy Western bias. So, but it is very easy to use and adopt, but actually there is quite a bit of a cultural bias towards the West. And most of their training data is Western language based and based on Western data. There's not much of the Southeast Asian data with Southeast Asian languages like Vietnamese, Tagalog, Malay, Myanmese. Not much of those data are being used to train. So I think it's very important for our region to train a multilingual, multicultural foundation model. And I think in this respect, Singapore and Vietnam, we can collaborate to train such a multilingual, multicultural data, a foundation model, which can then benefit the whole region. And that also acts as a pathfinder for the other countries in Southeast Asia to cooperate. And so instead of being a technology adopter, we can be a technology innovator. Yeah, that's that's how we can help. There's a specific area that we incorporate. Yeah.
Ông nghĩ thì nếu như hai bên có sự hợp tác trong các lĩnh vực, đặc biệt trong cái lĩnh vực phát triển nông nghiệp với những cái công nghệ AI.
So, what do you think if Vietnam and Singapore had like a special collaboration in agriculture, especially using AI?
In agriculture, oh, okay. I have not really thought of the question. So,
Like farming,
farming, okay.
like equipment, technology to like predict disease.
In terms of agriculture, I think AI can be used to for food safety certification, inspection of food quality, because and also because of images, and you can actually use AI to inspect food, fruit, etc. That's one possible area that I can think of. The other possibility is use AI to apply to the distribution chain of the agricultural products to make them more efficient, more cost effective, and also to ensure the quality and the freshness and the safety of food products. So these are the two areas that I can think of offhand. Yeah.
Ông nghĩ có những cái khó khăn gì trong quá trình hợp tác như thế nào và điều gì có thể nhìn thấy cái triển vọng trong tương lai?
Do you think there will be any challenge while we cooperating and any like potential development in the future?
So I think in any cross-border cooperation, there will always be difficulties. One possible difficulty, challenge, I don't see difficulty is a challenge, would be maybe the language difference between Singapore and Vietnam, because Singapore, we are mainly English based and Vietnamese is mainly Vietnamese based. But and then there may also be some sort of a cultural challenges because we may not understand how each other work that well, at least for a start. So there'll be a time to get familiar with each other's working style and then find a better way of more efficient way of working. And but all these are challenges that can be overcome with determination and persistence. So these are the small challenges I think. But if the two sides' desire to work together is very strong, I think these problems are not insurmountable. Yeah.
Hỏi về được không?
Ông cảm thấy như thế nào về cái sự hợp tác xuyên quốc gia trong cái sự kiện này như vậy?
What do you think about the multinational collaboration in this event?
For this event, I think I'm very happy to see that the participation of not only the business side of the house, but also some of the government side. We have, for example, the AI Singapore, which is a research institute from the National University of Singapore, and it's actually government funded by the National Research Foundation of Singapore. So there's a government involvement. A Singapore government network under the Singapore Economic Development Board is also sponsoring the event. And on the Vietnamese side, I note that there's one of the speakers from the National Innovation Center from the Ministry of Planning and Investment will also be speaking. So there's government involvement as well. So at the G2G level, there's involvement. Of course, at the business side, I can see that there's a lot of involvement from the businesses from both sides of Vietnam and also Singapore. And I understand that some of the venture capitalists and also the banks which will provide the funding and investment are also involved. So there's a whole value chain is involved. So this is a very good model for cross-border cooperation, bringing together the different parties from both countries, each with their own strengths, and then it will create better synergy, and it will create a very good model for future cooperation, not only between Singapore and Vietnam, but also within the Southeast Asia region. Yeah, and together I think we can make a bigger impact on the AI scene in the world, so that Southeast Asia can be noticed, not only the US and not only Europe or China. Yeah. Thanks.
Như ban nãy trong biểu diễn thì ông có trình bày là có đề cập tới cái vấn đề là triển khai AI đúng đắn và đảm bảo đạo đức. Thì vậy theo ông thì nên làm sao để con người có thể sử dụng AI một cách có trách nhiệm?
You think that AI, it might be like quite dangerous to operate. So we need to make sure the integrity and the rightness of AI. So what do you think about how can we like implement or use AI in a correct way?
This is one of the big questions, but I think responsible use of AI is still an evolving issue, because the technology is moving so fast. The ethic side, the proper use of AI has not catch up. So there is no international standard yet. From the Singapore government point of view, we have been very active in this area, and what we have done is we have tried to establish some basic standards or even software, and we hope to be able to bring this to the international community as to help define the international standard on the ethical use of AI. On the individual level, I think as users, you and I, we have to be very careful of what, let's say if you use ChatGPT to ask questions from it, what are the answers that they give you. And it's very important that we don't let AI become the dominant decision maker. Ultimately, the human must be able to judge for himself or herself, whether the output is valid, useful, or whether it's rubbish. Because I mean, they're still subjected. AI is still subjected to quite a bit of hallucination. But if we integrate a foundation model with your own data in what they call an RAG sort of model, then maybe the accuracy, I think the accuracy will be improved. But all this means that at the different level, at the schools and the society, there has to be an education effort, and to make people aware of this. But then the question is then, how do you make people become aware of this? What do you tell people? That has still been a work in progress. I think we still haven't figured out all the questions. But we cannot let this, perhaps we cannot let this hold us back, because technology is going to advance, like it or not. So we just have to manage on this issue carefully. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.